So I have this round coin-like item that I found on the beach, and I'm not sure what it is. It's about the size of a quarter, a little thinner. I don't know if it's a really worn out quarter or if it's something else. I don't know. So I created my own home electrolysis system. Excuse me. I took a AC to 9-volt DC adapter from an old phone system I had, and I cut the plug off the end and attached two alligator clips. And what I will do is I put some water and about a teaspoon of salt, cold water, and a teaspoon of salt into a glass with a spoon, a stainless steel spoon. I'm going to attach the positive post to the spoon and the negative post to the coin or whatever it might be, and see if I can't clean it up a little bit to identify it. It should take me 5, 10, 15 minutes, and then I should be able to know at least whether it's a readable coin or if it's just trash. And I'll do a silver test on it, probably acid test. But this is what I'm going to use, and like I said, I got a 9-volt. Prefer to have a higher voltage, but 9-volt will work. And I'm going to do it, and let's see what happens. So I'll be back, and I'll connect the coin and show you what it looks like after that. Okay, so for those of you that haven't done this before, like I said, you connect the spoon to the positive electrode, and then I put the item in the negative. But don't let them touch. You should not touch each other in the water. And I secured it with an elastic so that they don't touch. So I'm going to plug it in. And the coin should start bubbling, which it is doing. The spoon bubbles a little bit too, but the spoon will stop. If it doesn't stop, and the spoon's bubbling more than the coin or item you put in, then the electrodes are in the opposites. You have to switch them so that the negative is on the coin. Now the water should start to change color eventually, but this was a pretty clean, didn't have a lot of crud on it, so I don't even know if it's anything. I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to show you what it does with a ring, also a silver ring. So as you can see, the coin-like item is bubbling pretty good. So the conductivity is pretty good with this item. So, and the spoon has stopped bubbling. So I know I got them hooked up correctly. It's starting to cloud up a little bit at the top. And also you might want to do this near an open window because it will produce a chloride gas. Not a lot, but might be enough to bug someone. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes, and as you can see, the chemical reaction taking place. I'm not sure why it turns green. Somebody else might know that, but I don't. And the top is beginning to turn brown. Again, like I said, you should probably do this near an open window because it does produce a gas. Not a lot, but probably, like I said, enough to bother someone. Another thing to point out is that your converter plugged in can heat up, so you might want to check it every now and then. Just touch it. If it's real hot, you might want to stop. You don't want to melt it or cause a fire. But this one does alright. I can go 15-20 minutes before it starts to get warm, and then I stop. But right now it's been a little over 5 minutes. I don't know how much I can clean this coin, or whatever it is. I will say too that if you don't do this with a key date coin, because it will affect its value. You don't do it with anything you think might be a key date. Other than that, pretty much any metal you can put in there and get the crud off it. I did it with a silver dime yesterday. It was pretty cruddy and it came out shiny. After this process, I touch it up with a toothbrush with some baking soda, and it comes out pretty clean. So I'll give this about another 5 minutes, and then I'll take it out and see what happened. Because as you can see, it's getting pretty cruddy, the water. Okay, it's been about 10 minutes, so I'm just going to take it out, hit it with some baking soda, and see if anything happened, if it did any benefit to me to figure out what it is. Alright, I don't think it helped much, to be honest with you. Maybe this was a poor choice of item to use, but I'm going to try with a silver ring that's tarnished, and see if we can get a better look at it. But in the meantime, I'm going to try to clean this up with some baking soda and a toothbrush, and then we'll look at it again. Well, it did come out cleaner, but I'm baffled. I can make out an outline of a head, almost looks like the head on a nickel, like a Jefferson head, but it's bigger than a nickel, but it's also thinner. So it could have been a nickel that was flattened at one time. There's no reeded edge, but I really can't make out any detail or any dating. So I will do an acid silver test and then determine what to do with it after that. But I'm going to now clean a ring, silver ring, that I've already cleaned with a toothbrush and baking soda. But I'm going to try the electrolysis and see if I can't change its tone, and I'll show you that. Okay, I'm going to try to clean up this. I believe it's a toe ring. It's 925. I believe it's a toe ring. I don't know how clear this picture is, but it's hard to get close and be in focus. But anyway, I'm going to put that in and show you how it works with this. Okay, you should see the bubbling start. Both items will start bubbling a little at first, and then at a certain point the ring or the item you have in there on the negative polarity will begin to bubble more and start to lose some of its crud. It might be, I don't know if you can see it, but little black pieces breaking off and floating to the top. That's coming off the ring. It's really important to remember to put the teaspoon of salt in the glass, otherwise the process won't work. So don't forget that. And from what I hear, you can also add a few drops of lemon juice to help, but I haven't done that. I haven't found it necessary yet, but I might try it sometime. Alright, we'll take a look at it. Ooh, a big piece broke off there. We'll take a look at it again in a few minutes. Okay, so again, the positive electrode is connected to the spoon and the negative to the ring. I'm going to plug it in now, and then I'll show you again what it looks like once it starts. As you can see, the water is beginning to get really cloudy. I put a white piece of paper behind the glass so you can see it better. It's really doing its job. This should be interesting. A lot of stuff has come off the ring. Okay, it's really clouding up. Really clouding up there. Stuff is peeling off. How close I can get. The black cloud forming at the bottom of the glass with the green. Lots of crud there. Again, remember, try not to breathe that gas. I don't think it's good for you. I get the window open. That helps. I'll give it about another 5 minutes and take it out and see what we can do with the baking soda and take another look. Okay, it's been in there for about 15 minutes probably total. I didn't set the timer exactly, so I'm guessing. I did look at the clock. I'm thinking about 15 minutes. Looks like a lot of crud came off in the bottom of the glass. A nice cloud. Looks like it's still coming apart, but I might try to brush that off, see what it looks like. It's a pretty funky looking mess there, but does the job. Okay, I'm going to take it out and remember what it looked like, and now I'm going to hit it with some baking soda. Okay, got some baking soda, toothbrush, and now I'm going to see if I can't turn it silver again. I don't think the focus is too good here, but you get the idea. Well, okay, after the baking soda cleanup, I have to say, it came out pretty fantastic. What I'll do is I'll post a before and after picture also. But that is much cleaner than it was when it went in. Pretty easy process. It's simple to do, and you don't need much. It doesn't really cost anything. You just get an old adapter, most people have them, cut the end off, splice it, attach 2 alligator clips, silver ones, not copper, not brass, whatever they're made of, but just the silver ones. Figure out the negative and positive, and the rest is pretty easy. A little cold water with salt, and plug it in. Alright, I hope this helps some of you out there. I know when I learned it, it was very helpful, and it cleans up pretty good.